William and Alan are the two subjects of the study by Shogren et al. They are both 5-year-old Caucasian males who attend a small private elementary school in Texas and are in an inclusive classroom. Their classroom teacher is certified in speech-language pathology and has 8 years of experience working with students with disabilities. The teacher had several rules for behaviour in the classroom before the study, and these rules stayed in place for the duration of this study. These rules were: stay in your space, keep your hands to yourself, and do what the teacher says. Despite these rules being in place, William and Alan still struggled to maintain appropriate behaviour and follow the class rules. Their teacher reported a lack of focus on classroom activities and task instruction, disruptive behaviour, and limited positive social interactions with peers as the biggest problems for them. The time when William and Alan struggled the most, as reported by their teacher, was during centre time. During this time, students rotated around the room in small groups doing various activities associated with literacy, numeracy, science, and fine motor skills. Social skills were also a big focus of these tasks, with things such as turn-taking, cooperation, conversation, and helping each other out being of great importance for the success of the activities or tasks. This time was therefore the focus time for the intervention. The design of the intervention program included 3 stages. The first was named the baseline, and this was when the students were filmed with no intervention strategies implemented aside from the original classroom rules that were already in place prior to the study. This stage was included to keep track of student behaviour when there was no interventions in place. So the second stage was when the token economy was implemented. Now the students were allowed to choose their own reinforcer for this. For example, a Starburst lolly or a sticker, and they would write the item on their worksheet. Now I'll show you what the worksheet looks like. So this is the worksheet. So here you see these are the activities. Here you have a space for if the activity was done well, if the activity was not done well, behaviour appropriately while that activity was undertaken. And here you can see the chosen reinforcer just here. And that sheet, as you saw, had 3 columns, and if each of those columns had a smiley face to indicate appropriate behaviour during all 3 of those tasks, then the student would receive their chosen reinforcer. The third stage was the self-management stage, and during this stage the students would also have that sheet that I just showed you. However, this time it was a little bit different of a process. They had a pen with them, and it was their job to judge whether or not their behaviour was appropriate. They were responsible for their own sheets and for their own marks. Now, if the students correctly marked their behaviour and they got all 3 columns with appropriate behaviour, the same as before, they would receive their chosen reinforcer. Both William and Alan showed improvement in their behaviour during both the token economy and the self-management, and the success rate of the study was recorded by showing the percentage that both William and Alan behaved appropriately at 1-minute intervals. So for the first baseline, Alan was at 63 and William was at 69. Now Alan's first token economy, he was at 88, so that was quite a significant improvement. And again, he improved again in the self-management stage. He was at 93. So that's a huge improvement for Alan. Now William was at 69, like I said, and he jumped up to 94 in the token economy and 96 in the self-management. So quite a substantial improvement for both boys. It was not only their behaviour that had improved after the implementation of the intervention program, it was also their engagement in the centre time activities. The classroom teacher was interviewed by the authors following the study, and she was asked about how she thought the intervention went and how her students had improved. She said that she thought both interventions had been effective with both William and with Alan. She said that she preferred the self-management strategy and she was planning to use that for the remainder of the school year. She liked that the self-management system was making the students take responsibility for their behaviour in the classroom, and this was why she thought it had been so effective. The self-management gave the students ownership of their learning, and this was reflected in the scores in the self-management intervals and how they were the highest of the 3 stages in the study. In each instance, they were the highest scores. So the students obviously responded well to the marking of their own behaviour during the centre time. Alan's parents also actually approached the classroom teacher about the improvements in Alan's behaviour at school, and they even managed to implement that self-management strategy at home for Alan to improve his behaviour there as well. So positives all round for that one. Thank you.